Hello, seekers of abundance. Have you ever asked yourself if there's a divine formula to unlock a life of unlimited blessings? A way to live in the fullness of prosperity, health, and joy? What if I told you that the secret to living a rich, fulfilling life isn't as distant as it seems, and it's already within your reach? The answer lies in faith, but not just any kind of faith. It's a deep, unwavering faith that God's promises of abundance, success, and financial prosperity are not only possible, but destined for those who trust Him fully. The prosperity gospel teaches us that through faith in God, we can claim the blessings He has set aside for us. It's more than simply hoping for good things, it's the powerful belief that we can manifest everything we need in this life, through God's grace. Imagine a life where you don't just survive, but thrive, where you experience joy, health, and wealth in ways you've only dreamed of. It's possible, and it begins with a strong, unwavering faith in God's will to bless you abundantly. This isn't about a fleeting hope or wishful thinking. It's about an intentional, powerful belief in God's ability to multiply what you have and make it overflow. Prosperity isn't just for a select few, it's God's will for all His children. His word says that He wants us to live life to the fullest, and that includes financial success, health, and a life free from want. Today, I want to share how you can activate this divine principle in your own life. By strengthening your faith, aligning your actions with God's promises, and living according to His guidance, you open the door to all the riches you've ever dreamed of. Stay with me, because the key to unlocking these abundant blessings is right in front of you. This is your moment to step into the prosperity that's waiting for you. It's time to live the life you were always meant to live. Let's take a moment to truly understand what the prosperity gospel is all about. At its core, the prosperity gospel is the belief that God desires for His people to thrive in every area of life, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. It's a mindset that goes beyond mere survival. It's about living abundantly, in full alignment with God's promises. This message has resonated with millions around the world because it speaks directly to the divine truth that God is a generous Father who wants to bless His children with more than enough. In the prosperity gospel, we are taught that faith is the key to unlocking blessings in all aspects of our lives. It's not about wishing for something and hoping it might come true. It's about believing with all your heart that God's promises of prosperity and abundance are meant for you. When we place our trust in Him, He rewards us with blessings both tangible and intangible that go far beyond what we could ever ask or imagine. Imagine a life where your faith transforms your health, your relationships, and yes, your finances. It's a life where you experience divine favor that brings peace, joy, and provision in ways you never thought possible. The prosperity gospel teaches us that God does not want us to live in lack. Instead, He wants us to have more than enough love, enough joy, enough provision, enough success. It's about understanding that God has already given us everything we need to live a prosperous life, and by living in faith, we can claim those blessings. The prosperity gospel is also rooted in the belief that when we are faithful and obedient to God, we will see a harvest of blessings. These blessings can manifest in many ways, from financial breakthroughs to restored health to strengthened relationships. It's the deep conviction that God rewards our faithfulness and trust in Him, and that He has already prepared a bountiful life for those who walk according to His will. This message has grown rapidly because it speaks to the desires of the human heart, the desire to live a life of abundance, not just in material things, but in every sense of the word. It aligns perfectly with the Bible's promise that when we are faithful, God will open the floodgates of heaven and pour out blessings beyond our expectations. The prosperity gospel reminds us that God's abundance is available to all, and it's up to us to receive it through unwavering faith. You may be asking yourself, where does the Bible actually speak about prosperity and wealth? It's a valid question, and today, we are going to dive into the scriptures to uncover the deep truths about prosperity that are rooted in God's Word. One of the most powerful verses that speaks directly to this is found in 3 John 1:2, where it says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." This verse is a profound declaration that prosperity is not just limited to wealth or material possessions, it's about thriving in every area of life. It is the holistic view of prosperity, encompassing physical health, emotional well-being, spiritual growth, and financial abundance. The prosperity gospel isn't about a narrow focus on wealth alone. It's about flourishing in every aspect of life, in harmony with God's will. The Bible doesn't just promise us a small blessing here and there, it promises us prosperity in all things, and that includes every area of our lives, not just our bank accounts. What's important to understand here is that God's idea of prosperity isn't limited by what we can see or what we think we deserve. Our human minds often limit God based on our circumstances or past experiences, but God operates on a much higher plane. His vision for our lives is far greater than we can imagine. When we walk in His ways, trust in His promises, and align our lives with His purpose, He opens doors that we never thought possible. These doors can lead to opportunities for wealth, success, health, and personal fulfillment, things that go far beyond our own capacity to attain them. As we trust God more deeply, the abundance He has for us begins to flow. The Bible teaches us that prosperity comes when we trust in God and His plans for us. In Psalm 1:3, we are reminded that those who delight in the Lord and meditate on His word are like trees planted by streams of water, which bear fruit in season and whose leaves do not wither. This is a powerful metaphor for the abundance that God desires for His people. When we trust Him and remain rooted in His word, He ensures that we bear fruit both spiritually and materially. The prosperity gospel teaches us that trusting in God isn't just about believing for something to happen. It's about living in alignment with His divine purpose for our lives, knowing that He is a good and generous Father who desires the best for His children. It's about understanding that prosperity is a natural result of walking in faith and obedience to God. The more we trust Him, the more He pours out His goodness in our lives, blessing us with abundance that goes beyond what we can ask or think. So, when you look to the Bible for guidance, remember that God's promises for prosperity are real. It's not about striving for more, but about trusting God's ability to provide and bless us abundantly in all things. Prosperity is not just about the material world, it's about flourishing spiritually, emotionally, and physically in all aspects of life. And God has made it clear, He wants us to thrive. In the prosperity gospel, the power of positive confession and declarations is often emphasized as a fundamental principle for achieving success, wealth, and well-being. According to this belief, the words we speak have a profound influence on the direction of our lives. Rooted in Scripture, particularly the Bible's teachings on the power of the tongue, proponents of prosperity gospel assert that life and death are in the power of what we declare. In essence, our declarations shape our reality, so it is crucial to speak words of abundance, health, and success into existence. The prosperity gospel encourages individuals to declare blessings over their lives, believing that God's promises for prosperity, healing, and financial breakthrough are accessible through faith and verbal affirmation. The act of speaking these declarations is viewed as a way of inviting divine favor and prosperity into one's personal experience. According to this teaching, when you consistently speak words of success, you are activating God's promises to prosper you in every area of your life, from your finances to your health, relationships, and career. In practical terms, prosperity gospel advocates often encourage believers to declare specific, faith-filled statements over their circumstances. This might include affirmations such as, "I am blessed and highly favored," "My financial breakthrough is on its way," or "I am walking in divine health and abundance." By doing so, individuals are believed to align their words with God's will, unlocking the potential for supernatural blessings to flow into their lives. However, this approach also comes with its criticisms. Skeptics argue that while positive confession may inspire hope, it can lead to unrealistic expectations and place undue emphasis on material wealth and personal success. Some believe it risks distorting the true message of the gospel, which emphasizes spiritual growth, humility, and service to others. Despite these critiques, for many adherents, prosperity gospel remains a powerful tool for cultivating faith and confidence in God's provision, shaping their outlook on life through positive, purpose-driven declarations. Ultimately, the prosperity gospel calls believers to boldly claim God's promises over their lives, trusting that speaking those words of faith will open the door to divine blessings. While the success of this approach may vary from person to person, it continues to inspire millions to believe that their words have the power to create the prosperous life they desire. In the context of the prosperity gospel, the application of faith goes beyond mere prayers and hopes. It's about taking tangible, proactive steps toward prosperity, believing that God's promises will manifest as we actively pursue them. Faith, in this framework, is not passive. It calls for action. The idea is that you don't just wait for blessings to fall into your lap. You actively engage in creating the conditions that invite those blessings into your life. As believers in the prosperity gospel often teach, faith is a partnership with God, where your actions are aligned with a divine purpose for your success. For example, if you're waiting for a financial breakthrough or a business opportunity, the prosperity gospel encourages you to take practical steps toward that goal. This could mean enhancing your professional skills, seeking new investment opportunities, or taking bold actions in expanding your career or business ventures. The belief is that God rewards those who show faith through proactive steps. It's not enough to simply pray for prosperity. You must work toward it, trusting that your efforts will be met with divine favor. I've seen this principle work firsthand. In my own life, I've witnessed what seemed like miraculous doors opening, opportunities appearing out of nowhere, financial breakthroughs, and unexpected success. But when I look back, I realize that these breakthroughs weren't just random acts of grace, they were the result of taking deliberate, faith-filled action. Whether it was making bold business moves, investing in my education, or stepping into new ventures with confidence, my actions were in alignment with my faith in God's ability to provide. This concept is at the core of the prosperity gospel. Faith without works is incomplete. It's about trusting that as you take steps toward your goals, you are inviting God's blessings into your life. The more you step out in faith, the more you align yourself with God's will for abundance and success. It's not about relying solely on miraculous intervention but combining that belief with practical, actionable steps that move you toward your desired outcome. If it can work for me, it can work for anyone. Prosperity Gospel teaches that anyone, regardless of their background or current circumstances, can see their lives transformed through a combination of faith and action. By believing in the abundance of God's provision and taking intentional steps toward it, you invite divine intervention into your life, leading to the prosperity that God has promised. In the prosperity gospel, one of the core principles is the understanding that faith, when combined with action, creates an unstoppable force for prosperity. It's a powerful message that emphasizes the importance of both belief and proactive effort. The Bible teaches that faith without works is dead, meaning that simply having faith in God's promises is not enough. You must actively step out in faith, taking the necessary actions to bring those promises into reality. This combination of faith and action creates a dynamic that opens the doors to supernatural blessings and success. The prosperity gospel encourages believers to believe wholeheartedly that they are destined for greatness. It's not about passively waiting for prosperity to fall from the sky, it's about taking bold steps toward your goals, trusting that God will honor those actions and bless them. When you believe that your prosperity is already in motion, you become motivated to take the necessary actions to bring it into full manifestation. Whether it's in your business, personal life, or finances, taking those bold, faith-driven steps is essential. One of the key aspects of this teaching is that God has already made provisions for you. Supernatural wealth and blessings are not just a distant promise, they are meant to be claimed in the here and now. You are called to activate your faith by stepping out and taking ownership of what is rightfully yours. If you are waiting for your financial breakthrough, for example, don't just sit back and hope for it. Begin to make decisions and take actions that align with your vision of success. This could mean launching a new business, seeking new opportunities, or investing in education and skills that will elevate your life. The belief is that when you take these steps, God will bless your efforts in ways that surpass your expectations. Miracles and divine favor often follow the act of faith, and as you move forward, you create the momentum for continuous prosperity. It's about aligning your actions with your faith, knowing that God's promises are sure, and your destiny is one of abundance. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. The message of the prosperity gospel is clear. Faith is the key, and with that key, you can unlock anything. Your prosperous future is waiting, and it begins today. If you trust in God's plan and step out boldly, you will see your life transformed in extraordinary ways. With faith and action, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving the prosperity and blessings that God has destined for you.